cops are back at LIEnette CROOK's yet again, and the grandson Landon is telling us who he thinks is number one underneath the fence. Watch his finger. Good way to get your grandma arrested with third-party communication. WTH News is back on the scene in the Otter Creeks with the Otter Freaks. LIEnette has called the Popo on me, and I'm in Ohio. This is going to be interesting. You're going to want to watch this all the way from the beginning, all the way to the end. Understanding that there are going to be times where it's hard to understand the communication, but the deputies do have microphones on, and it's going to the vehicle, and yet they're picking up air conditioning in the vehicle as well. Earbuds are going to help. But pay attention because some hilarious things are going to be said. You might want to put that on a t-shirt. Somebody's going to make a lot of money.
How you doing? You think you can get close? I'll come to you. Oh, no, yeah. That's all right. You need to talk to yourself. All right, but do me a favor. I got work to do over here. They got a microphone up in the front. Again. And I'm not going to see my...
You just heard Crook tell him that I have microphones on my property listening to him, which is why he's blaring music. The reason why they're blaring music, because other ignorant people told them, blare music and YouTube will take down all of their videos. No, doesn't work that way. If he's playing the radio, radio's already paid for the music, and then it's in the background and it stays, and YouTube doesn't have any problem with it. As a matter of fact, YouTube just came out with a tool where they will edit out all that background music for the person creating a video. I've got a copy of the police report right here, and I think you're going to find it funny, especially when you see Marley Huge down there at the bottom. So this is the police report, and keep in mind, the police actually came out twice. Now, Lieutenant Anderson has actually told us, he has sworn to us that nobody but an actual supervisor will go out on any call that has to do with Preston, Crook, or Hales, okay? And frankly, Otter Creek altogether. This is not a supervisor. This is a street deputy. LIEnette actually calls 911 and talks to the dispatcher and says Jeremy's projecting his voice to her property. And the dispatcher goes on to record at 12:32. You see in the highlighted here, she called screaming at dispatch 2 times about Jeremy. That meaning LIEnette is screaming at dispatch about me. I'm in Ohio, of all places, at Hales headquarters. And LIEnette, who says she uses no foul language whatsoever, let me get this really big for you, tells dispatch she wants a blank deputy now. This is dispatch report. Can we say, wait, I'm wearing the wrong shirt. Well, debunked. And then LIEnette tells them, he's breaking my court orders. And then LIEnette says, first time LIEnette called, dispatch says, first time LIEnette called, she asked for Lieutenant Anderson and 1037 ADV, that he was not 1008 until around 1400. You understand some of those codes. I do not. If you want to put the codes in the chat, feel free. And then the dispatch goes on to say, LIEnette got very 1008W and 1037 and DISC. Okay? So then we go, she called back demanding response from Levy officers. Right there. Calls back demanding a response. Okay. And she goes on to put in here, can hear very loud speaking in BG/UNK if it's Jeremy's voice or not. And they put in here, Hale's side turned their speaker back on their property. Preston's husband durned the speaker, doesn't say turned, it says durned, the speaker slightly onto their property. Preston was argumentative. Both parties were playing music toward each other. Okay, and this is the best part. Another party called yeah, you know, Marley Huge. Oh yeah, that's all on here too.
I got something done here. What's the problem?
They popped the microphone. I'm being recorded. So if I'm out here working, he's posted on the internet. So while I'm out here working,
Then record you from whichever section you're working. Speakers are over there. I understand that. But those speakers are coming this way.
I'm my property.
So,
Wherever I'm going to be working. I'm sorry, darn.
that's fine.
Just fucking take it.
Well, it goes both sides of the house, so that's okay.
Oh no, it's only one side.
Yeah.
We don't do shit.
Anderson told us to do that because they have a microphone over there that they broadcasted some very confidential conversations that we were having over here, and they broadcasted it online. His mic that he has can hear us sitting between our campers. That's Lieutenant Anderson was on. They just broadcasted Jeremy's voice, Jeremy's interview. It was Jeremy's voice, and he broadcasted it, saying, I'm a stripper, I'm not a Christian, for what we're doing to him, and it was third-party contacted. It was Jeremy's voice. So, we have it now. That's a violation of the order.
Again, I'm writing several report on this, you know. And,
No, that's a violation of the order.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm writing a report. Well, would have been on videotation of my card.
You heard it on WTH News first. LIEnette says it's Lieutenant Anderson who told her to blare all this music towards my property and in all of Otter Creek.
That's the other thing. They don't care. That's not their property.
They can have whatever they want over there.
But, sir, you're not even asking to hear the video or anything. You dispatcher heard it. It was Jeremy Hale,
I don't.
not him.
I cannot testify to Jeremy Hale's voice. I've heard his voice like twice. I've never heard. I cannot testify.
So, okay, thank you, sir. They're not.
The deputy's report is right here. So I'm going to read some of it to you. Then we're going to get back to actually 30 more minutes of cops on the property. So here we have on 6/19/2024 at 12:40 hours, I was dispatched to 151 North Otter Creek Avenue for a violation of protection order. Upon arrival, I made contact with Travis Willis, who is playing a pre-recorded podcast of allegedly Jeremy Hale. So I'm not a podcaster, although I have no problem sharing the news. I am a newscaster. Okay, so let's keep going on. Willis had one speaker faced towards LIEnette Preston's property. I did not hear the podcast until I was approximately 15 feet away because there was old rock and roll playing also. That's from Crook. Okay, so then what we have is, oh yes, I did not hear the podcast. Okay, Willis then stated he was attempting to block the music coming from Preston's property, which is where the rock and roll music was coming from. I requested Willis to turn the podcast down and turn the speakers back onto the property, and he did as I asked. After Willis turned the music off, I proceeded over to Preston's gate, and Preston's husband came out to the gate. I asked him to turn the music down and turn the speakers onto his property also. He turned the speakers slightly, and you can see, slightly is highlighted, okay? All right, let's keep going, onto his property, but stated he would not turn the speaker's volumes down. He then walked toward the camper, and Preston walked out screaming at me. Here we go. There it is. Preston, always screaming at somebody. Psychotic. Preston comes out screaming at me, stating Hales was violating the protection order by allowing his music to enter her property. Hold a second. Thought it wasn't music. Thought it was a podcast, which is verbal. Okay, but let's keep going on. We could debunk it, but Preston then stated that Hale's podcast was calling her a bad neighbor, stating she was a pole dancer, and a lady of the night. Woo! I've never heard any of those statements. Preston refused to listen to anything I stated and started ordering me to arrest Hales. Highlighted right there. Whoops. Ordering me to arrest Hales. Don't worry about the copy there. Okay, what else do we have? For violating the protection order. When I advised Preston that Hales was not even present and I had no evidence, he asked Willis to even re-air the podcast. She got even more mad and stomped off, receiving a Levy County Sheriff Office business card with the case number on it. At that time, I didn't notice any violation of a protection order. But then, Lieutenant Anderson, who has clearly stated to George and I in the Levy County Sheriff Office that they are doing everything they can to actually arrest LIEnette CROOK, I believe is playing both sides. Because he orders this deputy to go back out and see if there's anything whatsoever that I actually violated the temporary protection order that I wasn't even there for. Let's see what happens.
Okay. We just have to listen carefully. I don't know how to turn the volume up on a GoPro.
Most of us can hear a voice in a very far background.
Yeah, he was playing it. That's why I'm going to have to listen to it and pinpoint when he's saying it. If you hear him say stripping, stalking, pole, stripper pole, that's all Jeremy's voice. They're stalking us. They're bad neighbors. If you hear those words, those are him. And the good thing is that the dispatcher, she heard it plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
She thinks the dispatcher is going to help her? Has she not read and seen what the dispatcher has said about her?
Sorry, I was mad at you.
That's all right.
So did you hear a little bit of it at least?
I could hear the voice in the background barely.
Okay, I'll re-listen to it, and I'll even transcribe it.
I do have a genuine question about that.
I have a genuine answer.
When it comes to the whole Hill situation, with him making YouTube videos and stuff like that, and broadcasting what he is everywhere, so with her, she could get in trouble with that. What is it with him? How is he completely hands-free when it comes to making the videos?
Because our two orders are different.
Mm-hmm.
So that would...
Florida's protection order doesn't protect me from anything. His Ohio fake order that he fraudulently got covers a lot of other stuff.
The live that he was making was down here in Florida. So even in Florida, he's still allowed to make the videos he makes. He's still allowed to broadcast across the street.
Yes, he's still allowed to broadcast across the street as long as he does not make, mention for, threats or violence or damage to your property. Which she's not going to do, because he knows that violates the injunction order.
But
so in this,
we're having wait. We're having the order reread because they're picking one 5-word statement and disregarding the entire order except for that one thing. But you can't disregard the whole thing for 5 words.
He sits out there just videoing, right? So what would be against? I'm not involved in it, right? So what's against me standing back and doing the same thing?
You can stand back on your own property and videotape
and
back.
I can videotape all day long.
You videotape back, there's a reasonable expectation of privacy. Something that she does out from his property, but if he's videotaping you, you can videotape him. It's just like when I go out on a traffic stop, and there's a passenger who's got a camera on and you're videotaping that traffic stop. That's great. Yep. My videotape's going, my audio tape's going, and guess what? So mine is unprotected. Mine is protected because nobody can touch this. Mm-hmm. It goes straight to the sheriff's office and straight to the cloud. So it's not even the supervisor can edit it.
Oh wow, hey, that's good though.
So
Yeah, it is good. We can all see and witness and hear firsthand how much of a fool, an ignorant fool this child is, who is a thief, who trespassed on my property, destroyed part of my property, and frankly looks like a little baby Hitler with his little broom stash.
So, if I go to court, I'm going to bring, and I've been, if somebody makes an accusation, I'm going to bring that out. But this is,
Because it's unedited, fresh
unedited
form.
or pretend, there's no potential for it to be edited whatsoever.
We need to re-listen to this and pinpoint where his voice is
And
what he says.
Exactly what he says.
Exactly what he says. And then we'll have to re-record it with something else.
No, just...
Well, I have to give my lawyer a copy of it too.
What you do is give your lawyer a copy of it, but, if you re-edit it, that means you've edited it, that means, it's not in the original tape.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna edit it. I don't even know how to edit
No, but
it.
it'll be a copied tape. That right there, what you have on that camera, that's the original. That's what they need.
The SD card.
Yeah.
So I can recopy it from my lawyer.
So I have a question. If I took the blank cut video and I downloaded it onto a hard drive, and let's say I gave you guys a hard drive, would that work?
Again, that would have to
Thumb drive.
That would have to go to, I have, if you show me on that video, from that video,
Yeah.
where I can hear it, where it says, that, he's making threats, and that we got...
He doesn't have to make a threat, though, to make third-party contact.
But the thing is...
He can't contact me.
He's not contacting you.
Third party.
Again...
He's having...
So they're allowed to sit... So I can sit here and broadcast...
No, listen to me. We're not going to go through this, we're not going to go if the one carried machine guns.
Yeah.
Kind of a questionnaire. I've documented it.
Third-party contact is when
But the problem is, it is...
his employees contact you for him. Same if you call Jeremy or you yell at Jeremy, he's going to turn me in. I'm going to go to jail in Ohio. It's third-party contact because you contacted him and you are my grandson. So if his employee playing Jeremy's voice at us to say, hey, guess what? You're a stalker. You're a this. You're a that. Is third-party contact. Plain and simple.
Again, get a hold of your lawyer. If you can generate that, I will bring it to the state attorney's office and talk to the state attorney's office about the charge. Do we have enough for a small complaint? Because right now, you have your protection order handy.
Have to go get it.
Yeah, I was just asking. I mean, in my opinion, it's just childish bullshit that keeps going on. But
I can't argue that point.
Don't they forget, when the lawyers go after, they can go after the sheriff's office then too.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
but we wouldn't want to do that.
And then when people want to make open-ended threats to the sheriff's office, threatening threaten us, that could have easily been misinterpreted as a threat.
As a threat, and
but it's not. I'm not taking it as a threat. But everyone wants to do things when it's convenient for them, their way.
Yeah, and which the factor I find is like, if it's ongoing, it's just continuous.
Yep.
I mean, if the dude doesn't even live across the street,
But again, you got people.
Been called had it not been him sending Jeremy's own voiceover as a message to me. Haha. I can say whatever I want to you. All I have to do is have my employee do it. That's not right. That's not the way it works.
so go pee.
The order can't be worth nothing. You got a whole order full of words.
That's why I'm looking at the order.
Yeah. I gotta pull
So I
this
can
in here
articulate.
to
All they
revise.
do is try to pee in the toilet.
No, she's not gonna pee in any toilet. She's not potty trained.
She just said that she was.
All you LIEnette supporters, you Crook supporters, She's coming up on her 5th birthday now, and you somehow think this is healthy? You think this is okay? This is acceptable?
Oh gosh, wait.
Level-headed. She is hard-headed. That is for sure.
I'll shut this off for right now.
Yeah, we'll listen to it.
Yeah, I'll download it to a folder and play it off.
Okay, yeah, sir. Keep threatening the sheriff's office.
John, shut up! This is not the new one. There is a revised one. I just have to find the revised one where the judge wrote on it. Amended. It's one of these amended ones. Okay, that's not the full one. You can read that part as an amendment that he made, but I will get the true amended one where he wrote on it. The judge wrote on it. You have to understand where John's coming from. We're so tired of this. Our little girl is damaged. She now has to go to counseling. It's just sick. She can't play. I can't leave my property because they film me and turn it into Ohio as a violation, even if I'm not doing anything to them. Mm-hmm. It's insanity. Here's really one. Right here, this is the part that the judge added to protect me from his employees. And then there's another one. We're already in court on the 19th of July for what happened at Town Hall. We were there first. We called first. We were there first. She lied and said that I saw her. I never saw her. I was in the building. And I got witnesses, human witnesses, lots of them.
This is beyond hilarious because LIEnette's already been recording George. So she's telling a deputy she never knew George was there as she's recording and then stating that she's going to give it to her lawyer and to the deputies when the sheriff arrived. How do you think this judge is going to handle LIEnette this time around? Especially if she comes at her again with all these pathological lies. Frankly, I hope she gets arrested immediately.
And they're all willing to go to court, and they are going to court. Yeah, that's the revised, the long one.
Again, based on the totality of circumstances presented to this court in prior pleadings and in the form of evidence presented at the prior hearings and recorded on 11/29/23 and based on extensions of the injunction released due to a response, we request to conclude the hearing on 12/6/2023, which was previously set by both his and his counsel, and without obligation, and that consideration of the issue of implicit regarding potential prejudgment of the petition in such conditions which were not imposed. Alright, so respondent and or anyone under his control employed by him and or in a way of his direction, including but not limited to any of the administrators of any of form of social media has responsibly assumed that he was not published in any form whatsoever utilizing any media platform or conduct of information of the name, image, or likeliness and or any information data photographed videos related to and pertaining to the petitioner and her minor child to be conducted, conducted of constitutional unprotected speech, such as fighting words, those words of abusive epithet, which address the ordinance. The citizens are as a matter of common knowledge, inherently like provoked violence, truth threats. Those statements which our speaker means to communicate a serious impression of the intent to commit a crime or violence of a particular individual or group. Same thing as there's nothing that they can produce at this time that meets that requirements. That's right, okay.
I know that was painful, but did you at least see Landon at the end cleaning the bathroom? You know, taking the old bucket, dumping it out, getting it ready for another round 2?
See, his people are not supposed to mess with us at all.
Yeah.
They're supposed to leave us alone. And when he played that, I wouldn't have even called. It was just music. It was just nothing. I would have ignored it like we do every day. But when Jeremy's voice came over, calling me a stripper, talking about the pole, talking about being a stalker, and he's playing it to the whole neighborhood, that's a different story. It was on a karaoke speaker, and...
I know, I was here.
Well, Willis did a video on it. You can also hear Jeremy's voice on Willis's video.
Yeah,
It's on What You Doing Willis. And he plays the video where he's playing Jeremy's voice. You'll have to watch it and get that one over to Lieutenant Anderson. See if I can pull it up. I wouldn't have cared if it wasn't his own voice. Landon,
You're gonna hear some dead sound, and that's where this video has been redacted by the deputy services. It's in regards to the child and LIEnette talking that the child is not allowed to be with John Crook alone. And the sheriff is over there because of me?
he's not to be alone for when he's done. Can you please take her? Please. On his lives. Okay, just leave her there then. If she's doing that, that's fine. $48 ago. Oh, and here you just played a video where he made John was backing out of the driveway, and Willis decides he's gonna dance right up to the bumper of the truck. John had to beat the horn earlier today to get out of our own driveway because he got in his way. It's just, here's all the speakers that were playing that day. So you can see why I called.
This is a very good product. Don't miss out on it. Don't wait until the day you need it. Use it now or never.
Yeah.
Fear, drama.
This is what we're putting in.
All right.
All right, I'm going to show you. You know what I'm talking about?
Idiot.
Fast forward a little bit.
What's the thing you guys asked? These two speakers right here. These speakers right here, ladies and gentlemen, are just as old as my career. Tell you what, JBL sound guard outfit. And that's a lot of speakers.
This is at his house.
At whose house?
Willis's. Just a
When I
minute.
go in the house and Anybody stops by, we have a guest book. We'd love for you guys to sign it. Get you a bumper sticker.
I'll find it because it's going to take me a minute.
You find it, and then I'll be on it tonight and tomorrow. I'll be back on Friday. All right? You gotta take care. Jesus.
Hold a second. This woman's disabled and on government assistance? She runs faster than George. She runs faster than me. Somebody might have been out of the street with dollar bills, y'all.
It's on video.
Alright.
Here. Get this out of here. Let's see. How do we...
There it is.
I want to make sure that I'm not copyrighted. So I figured what I'll do is I'll just play What the Hell's videos all day long, so we don't gotta listen to the music and we don't have to worry about being copyrighted.
His own voice.
Yeah. He stated that he is transmitting. Hale did not order him to transmit that. He stated that, listen to me, he stated that he is going to transmit, Hale's videos.
There is a place where he says, Jeremy told me to do it, and maybe on another video.
Okay,
maybe it's the end of this one. I will find it.
Once you find it,
It doesn't matter, it's still Jeremy's voice.
Listen to me. If I turn on a tape recorder, a radio channel, and I transmit it, do they give me permission? No. I have to have something that I can articulate that, yes,
So in technicality, let's use what you're saying, right? I can broadcast a video of her shit talking, because that's what Jeremy was doing in that video. He was shit talking. I can bring some big ass W14 out here, and I can broadcast her shit talking Jeremy Hills, and that's completely legalized. She won't get in trouble for what he's doing.
Well, again, then you're going to be under, then you're going to get, noise.
So it would be violated if she does it, but if he does it, it's different. I don't.
Listen to me, young man. First of all,
Okay, I'm not.
listen to me.
Attitude with you, so I
Yes, you do.
No, I genuinely don't.
I'm telling you. For me to, I'm writing a report, like he stated in that video, that he is retransmitting. Not Jeremy Hale said to retransmit. He is retransmitting to drown out your music.
So the light Christian music being played.
Well, was it like Christian? That was not like Christian music.
The other day it was regular music.
Yes.
Lieutenant Anderson told me to do it, so. Jeremy said I'm allowed to use it. You just said it. Jeremy said I'm allowed to use it.
Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to dance in the street. You want to dance in the street?
And that's Jeremy's property, not Willis's
I
property.
understand.
And that is not got a house on it.
But technically you don't have a house on this property.
Yes, I do. Right there, we're building it. We have our permit.
Oh, smackdown happening by the Levy County deputy. My least favorite deputy just became my most favorite deputy. And if you're watching, I'm sure you are. You the man. You the man.
Okay.
That is our house.
They have a house out there too.
No, they don't. They have a ranch. That property is separate. They just bought that property not long ago.
Well, then Toronto contact county zoning.
There is none. He got all of his people in the town hall.
I don't know that.
They took Otter Creek. We don't have a town
Okay,
anymore.
okay.
We have 2 towns.
Okay.
Wow, that is wow. Okay.
Go, 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 go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even Willis is calling himself the mayor of Tube Town.
Okay.
says she's a stripper and not a real pastor, and that is on him.
Okay. So,
Matt,
what day is that video listed? What? 6/19.
this, or his video right here,
Yes.
June 19th.
June 19th.
Yep.
And what's the name of the video?
At it again, dancing in the streets.
Neighbors at it again, dancing in the street.
Willis. Not to deal with the fact either that now we don't just have Hales doing it, but we now have this clown doing it to us, hanging turtles by their neck.
Well, then you contact.
Hares and birds.
You let me speak or not? Mr. President, are you let me speak? You get turtles hanging from their necks. You contact FWC. FWC will come out
Not the
there.
rubber one. It's a message to us.
Well, then get a restraining order against Willis.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Right. You're getting a
But
restraining.
again, he's allowing him to do it on his property.
Again,
It's
you're making an assumption.
How are you making an assumption when Willis don't own that property? Jeremy does.
Well, you said he
He's
just bought that.
allowing him to do it.
You just told me that they bought it.
No, Jeremy owns it. Jeremy bought that property. He's allowing Willis to do
So
it. He had him do it. He paid
I will
him $10,000.
I will contact the state attorney's office tomorrow to confirm, what they have to say. All right?
Who?
I will contact the state attorney's office
Okay.
and talk to them
Okay.
and see what they got to say. Yes, ma'am.
No, you may not. No, will you go? Can you go away?
How old are you, young lady?
Hello?
Uh,
No,
you're-
I did not ask you for any help. Go! Go now! Go now!
That was Landon's girlfriend, who is underage, which is why the Levy County Sheriff actually blurred her face. And happens to be the individual that LIEnette has claimed she's going to leave the child to. Yeah, the child that's almost 5 and not potty trained and can barely speak complete sentences. That LIEnette says that she's homeschooling all day, yet the child doesn't even go to the bathroom on a toilet. And this is how LIEnette treats family? No wonder the entire family wants nothing to do with her.
Fine, my grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
On Levy 1042.
Yeah.
1042-1.
They don't understand.
I'm going to do things by the numbers, just like when, Miss Riss sat there and said that your husband was making threats. Remember that time I came out here and she said that she drove by and your husband was working out in the garden and was making started walking toward the car making threats. And listen to me, let me finish. I did my due diligence and found out that no, he did not. And I documented it properly.
And he was found guilty of it in the state of Ohio for violating the civil protection order. While Florida deputies and state attorney did absolutely nothing.
Same as today. I'm doing my due diligence. I am documenting what I see. I'm not a judge. I'm not a jury.
I get that.
I'm not going to tell you something that I do not know is 100% gospel.
I understand you guys are all kind of
It doesn't faze me. I get paid, whether I sit here aimlessly or I sit here and handle calls all day.
Another
I
deputy did us another good due diligence, and another one of their fake calls was brought to be told as a lie. Just like that.
Again,
The post office was a lie.
everything that we've talked, listen to me. From the time before I pulled up on this property, my camera was activated. This whole entire conversation that we've had, including me reading the narrative, you know,
Right, I know.
was documented. Yes, it was documented. Yes, it was documented.
Right.
Everything that I have said has been documented. Everything that I've told you, and that I've got information of, will be added into the report.
Okay.
Okay?
That's all I can ask.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm doing. Is I write reports. I got no problem writing. And I don't take.
Miscommunicate. Then why? I don't understand why I'm fighting for an order. For what?
Again, that goes above my.
Order that does nothing. It can't be
Listen to me.
enforced by police. It won't be.
Listen to me.
Sheriff.
Listen to me. That goes above my pay grade. I don't wear a gown. I don't wear a black gown. I don't carry a gavel. I don't have a judge in front of my name, so I can't tell you something that you know. I can't tell you what them ladies and gentlemen are thinking. You know, all I can tell you is what I can do.
But even Lieutenant Anderson has sworn out warrants or sworn out affidavits against me when I've done nothing wrong. And
they don't give I got woke up this morning by a message from Lieutenant Anderson and him back and forth when I was trying to sleep. So that's why I came out here first thing this morning. I've got calls holding. I put them on hold so I can come out here to you first. So I can get everything that I had. I've got the initial information from when I came out here that other day when you guys were battling music, back and forth.
It wasn't a battle, sir.
Yeah.
They did a video. We're getting
I understand that.
No, you don't. He had a microphone, and all of a sudden he's playing a conversation that we had sitting in between those two campers. Then he shows himself taking the mic, and he shows the distance that mic can pick up and how clear it is.
You can pick up
on audio without the video. That is eavesdropping.
Well,
That's also a crime.
Well, that's going to be at a judge. That's going to be at a lawyer's level. I don't have anything to do with that because I can't. I'll do that. A lawyer that you have, that you pay for, would have more knowledge of that.
How do you think that you feel?
Again.
Terrified to drive out of our driveway.
Again.
And you all might not have to deal with it here, but we have to go to court in Ohio.
Again.
Every single time we go to court in Ohio. For shit we didn't even do. Read your report about the January 20th thing where all came into town. We were at the courthouse with filed papers on it. Went to the state's attorney's office. They told me to take what we talked to them about directly over to the sheriff's department because Jeremy was accusing me of a hate crime, saying the word nigger and this and that, right? So we leave the state's attorney and drive over there. Lo and behold, as we're pulling in, like this, coming across, the door is right there. We're going this way. I see Hales coming out the door. So I kind of go like this. A deputy comes out to our car. He says, park right there. And I'll be right back with you to find out what's going on. Let me see if they're leaving. The deputy takes a little bit, and we parked where he wanted us to. He comes back, and he tells us, look, they want to talk about something else. What did you guys come here for? I showed him a little bit about the sand word and the this and that and what they were falsely accusing me of, and I showed him. If you look at this, it's not a messenger message. Look at it. I showed him a messenger message and I showed him this fake thing. So he said, well, can you guys leave and come back tomorrow? We said, yes. Well, guess what? John and I were convicted in Ohio of violating the Ohio order by that thing. And even Lieutenant Anderson said, bullshit, you guys didn't do anything wrong. My own deputy told you where to park.
Yes.
He told you to wait. We said, yes, we know, but that's what happens. If we leave our driveway, that's what happens. Do you know I'm being watched at Walmart now? Because of the Hudson sisters, his little buddies, is the manager there. And they've told everybody there that we're shoplifters. We're skip scan artists. So now I'm being watched at Walmart. Then they turned me in and said that I beat my daughter in either Tractor Supply or Ace Hardware. That's all over the groups in the internet. That's him doing it. Every bit of it. It's Jeremy Hales.
Well, then contact your lawyer.
Maddening.
Contact your lawyer about defamation of character and slander.
593, Levy.
4 lawyers now, and we're in 3 different courts. He's suing me for $1 million.
Yep.
Me. Where's he gonna get it?
Me that 58.
Yep.
You can have my blood.
Yep. All right, you have a good day, ma'am.
Isn't it amazing how different LIEnette is on camera when she doesn't think the world's going to hear her or see her? Keep in mind, you heard the foul language. Keep in mind, she's told everybody she's innocent, but now she's telling the officer that, yep, they've been found guilty. And now Anderson is telling them that it's BS. Anderson's either playing me or Anderson's playing them. But I can give you the rest of the police report right here. Let's take a peek and see what it says. Okay, so it states on 6/24/24, I was ordered to go back to Preston's residence by Lieutenant Anderson and confirm there was no violation of the protection order. At 1850 hours, I made a cell phone contact with Preston. I requested her to meet me at the resident gate. That's a makeshift gate and a makeshift drive and a makeshift toilet with a makeshift... There's no house. The deputy even mentioned that. All right. She stated she would have the gate open. Upon my arrival at the residence, I made contact with Preston, who showed me a GoPro video of the incident on 6/19/24. By the way, I've known nothing about this until after it all happened. Upon reviewing the video and the audio, all I could hear was Preston's music, and every once in a while, I could hear a faint portion of the alleged podcast. Preston even stated that she could not find where the podcast was mentioning her at all. Preston provided amended protection order from Levy County case, and that's the whole case number, and they redacted it in the black. I don't know why they redacted it. I mean, everybody knows about it. Dated January 23rd, 24, by Judge Craig DeThomasis. After reading the areas where Preston stated she believed the violations happened, I could not find any evidence of a violation, because there is none. As long as I don't break constitutionally protected speech, there is no issue. All right, and stay 500 feet away. In other words, I don't want to be anywhere near this woman. I did not hear in the podcast that Willis made where Hale stated he wanted Willis to replay the podcast to interfere with Preston or her family. Preston then stated that Hale's filed 3 violations of his protection order from Ohio, and she's mad that she cannot get him in trouble. There we go. Right there. In the highlighted. She's mad that she cannot get him in trouble. And this is where it gets crazy. I thought I heard this said too. Preston further stated that Hales is allegedly suing her for $1 million. Where in the world this comes from, I have absolutely no idea. She's being sued for violation of civil protection order in Ohio. We're removing Judge DeThomasis in Florida and getting the temp completely and totally gone. And frankly, hopefully, the judge, the new one, is going to do the right thing and by good faith take in our civil protection order, and we'll have protection orders in Florida against Crook and LIEnette as well. And we're in federal court for defamation. So that being said, I have no idea where she got $1 million, but we know she ain't got it. So, again, there was no protection order violation noted. Case closed. Now, I don't think it's wise that anyone puts in their case closed because, as he already said, he's not the judge, he's not the jury. Now, this is on LIEnette's side. He can't close the case. The information has to go to the state, and then they close the case. And I don't think these deputies are doing themselves justice trying to play judge and jury at the same time. At the bare minimum, hilarious.